So,
Yeah.
so who are Dave Jam Hall's inspirations? Which artists, musicians, producers, writers, who made you really want to get into the music?
Well, I had to say without a doubt, when I was coming through as a young producer, one of my people I looked up to immensely was Teddy Riley.
Amen to that.
With Teddy Riley, I think he's a genius. I think he just, and I had to, I met him, a couple times in recent history, and he's a real nice, down to earth guy. And he just, for me, in the '80s, he was it. In the late '80s, with all the songs for Guy and Today and all the stuff he was doing for Michael Jackson's album, it was just groundbreaking stuff to me.
Yeah, it still is.
Yeah, I think he's a pioneer to me.
Yeah. Interesting you mentioned Teddy Riley. I thought you would have gone further back and talked about, I don't know, maybe the production talents of Quincy Jones or Mizell or somebody, I don't know, anybody else. I'm just surprised you said Teddy Riley. I thought you would have gone back a bit.
Well, I wasn't finished. I also do like Quincy Jones. I think, to me, Quincy Jones did bring Michael Jackson to where he needed to be creatively.
Yeah.
Those two albums that he produced and executive produced. Quincy Jones, I'm a big Earth, Wind & Fire fan, with Maurice White and what they did with those albums. I had every Earth, Wind & Fire album. So my musical taste is very diverse of people that I look up to. I even like, Brazilian jazz with Brazil 66. That I pull my creative inspiration from all different types of directions. But producer-wise, I would say Quincy Jones, Teddy Riley. That's what I would say what inspired me.
How did you feel about, because you had Teddy Riley and Gene Griffin coming out with their sound at that time, right? Then you had LA and Babyface doing their thing. You had Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, getting on with their thing. All of them succeeding in their own ways throughout the 80s and early 90s and beyond. How did you feel about all of those as producers? How did you feel about the other producers that were out there at the time?
Well, I like Babyface's stuff. I'm a big fan of him. That's not the type of stuff I did, so I didn't really, say that's an inspiration to me. But I've always respected his music. I think he makes good music, and it's great. The facts speak for itself. The amount of records and the amount of #1 records he's had.
Yeah.
But I love their stuff. I love Babyface's producer. I like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Who else, from that era that I liked? I liked, I've got the name, but the guys that produced In Vogue.
Oh, Denzel Foster, Thomas McElroy.
Yeah, I like them, Foster and McElroy.
Yeah.
I like them. I do like, what's the guy's name? Dallas Austin.
Oh, he's a true G.
He's a real good guy. I met him personally. We're cool, and he's really talented. I like the fact that
Didn't you guys do something on Madonna's album together?
Yeah, we didn't collab. We was on the same album.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you did some stuff with what's his name? The Soul to Soul guy. I've got my mind's gone blank.
Yeah, I know you're talking about it. That's a long time. I forgot about that record. Yeah, but I never collabed with Dallas. We did some writing things, some sessions together. But we was like passing tracks back and forth, and sometimes I wrote.
It's come to me now, Nelly Hooper.
Yeah, this was with him.
Yeah, you did some. That was. I love the stuff you did on Madonna's album. I don't know how you made Madonna sound so R&B, but between you and Mr. Soul to Soul and then Dallas Austin, I love that album. I know it didn't sell so many records as it was thought to have done, but the production was just out of this world. I'd rather be your lover. Wow.
I mean, I don't know. I like what I did. It was a great experience to work with Madonna. I respect her immensely. She's a genius. And I was very impressed when I worked with her. She's very efficient. She writes all her own lyrics. and she writes it really quick, and she's very efficient. And it was a lot of, I'll be honest with you, when I worked with her, it was a lot of pressure because that was Madonna, and she expects a lot of you, and you got to deliver.
Yeah. So I was just wondering, because you work with Michael Jackson as well. You've worked with Mariah Carey. You did
Dream Lover
and Fantasy. You also did my favorite track that you've ever done. Favorite track that Mariah Carey's ever done is probably Slipping Away. Now, how did a song of that caliber get relegated to a B-side on a CD single?
I have no idea. You know, it's politics.
That song was so perfect. The way I don't know, it was like an anthem. It was a classic in the making. And I know, deep down in my heart, in my soul, if that had been released as a single, I think it would have been massive. Just my observations, Dave.
Yeah, you know, that's the game, and that's part of the game that we play. And sometimes you get the single, sometimes you don't. You know, but I've had a lot of success with Mariah, and so I'm not mad about anything.
Cool.
But it gave me a great opportunity. You know, when I wasn't even thinking about it, they called me out the blue to say, you know, we love what you did with Mary J. Blige, and we want to work. Do you want to work with Mariah? And I was like, of course. So I did it, and I had great success out of it, and I have nothing bad to say.
No,
It was a great positive situation for me.
Fantastic. I was going to ask you a question about your favorite instrument, but I think I know the answer to this. But what is your favorite instrument? What do you like playing the most?
I know, like I said, I'm a keyboardist. It's going to be a keyboard.
Keyboard. How many instruments do you play, Dave?
I play some drums, and I play keyboard, and I dabble with the guitar.
Ah. Okay.
You can tell from my music that I also like the sound of a guitar because I always incorporate it into my music.
Cool. Having created so many hits for artists, how do you personally feel about the current music that is coming out, and who are you listening to at the moment?
About the state of music right now, I think it's getting better in the last year and a half. But I think for a while there, it really wasn't a lot to choose from R&B wise. You know, I feel that right now it's turning the corner where it's becoming more musical. You know, and there's some artists that's coming out now that I listen to. Like I like Neo.
Yeah.
I even like on a rap tip.
Which one's that?
I like on a rap tip. I like Kanye West because his rap is more like R&B rap.
Yeah.
And he makes quality music. I like Neo. I like Keisha Cole.
Sure.
I like things that got quality music to it. That the songs that will make me want to sing 3 years later.
That makes perfect sense. There's a rumor. This was some time ago that you actually found Donell Jones. After the work that you did, did you find Donell Jones? Was it you?
No. Eddie F. found Donell Jones in a group. There's in a group called Porsche.
Off the Let's Get It On soundtrack.
Let's Get Us On that soundtrack, and that there was a group. And what I did for Darnell was that Darnell was back in Chicago, and he's from Chicago. That when I was doing Madonna's project and some other projects, I did fly him in, and he stayed with me for 6 months in my house, in my studio, and we did a lot of collaboration together. And I think I helped him creatively get to where he needed